Hello and welcome back to this video. And today we're going to talk about the setup of your secondary domain. So quick recap, where are we in our journey, in the go-to-market journey? We're here in section 2.3 where it's about setting up the right tools. And the question is obviously, why do we need a secondary domain? Well, all we do here is to some extent testing, right? Even if you've been in the business for quite some time, it's the first time probably you are currently going out there and doing cold outbound with your email. You might land in the spam folder, you might get blocked, you might be flagged as spam, as junk, etc. So this all are factors that hurt your domain reputation. And we don't want that, right? That puts your primary domain at risk. Thus, we don't want to risk that, basically. Hence, we create a secondary domain. So if that one gets flagged, blocked, or whatever, you're not running into any risks. You can just set up a new domain and burn the old one. That's why we also refer to them as burner domains. Obviously, in an ideal world, that doesn't happen, but it can happen. So this is just kind of like a protective measure. Think of it wearing a helmet when you're driving a bicycle or something like that. Right? Like you hope you don't need it, but if you need it, you're very grateful if it's there. So, kind of like, what does the process look like? So, we need a new domain. You can purchase it anywhere where you want to purchase domain. GoDaddy is obviously the market leader, so you probably want to check out that. Then you want to set up the redirect, so your secondary domain links to your primary domain, and then you want to create a new workspace account. A Google Workspace account is what we recommend because it brings you the best value for money. Obviously, you could also use other email providers because that's the end goal here. We want to have a new email. However, the Google domains have the best reputation and the highest deliverability, and are very, very easy to set up and rather cost effective. So you want to do that. And the last thing is then we're going to warm up your email. That means, kind of like, think of it, get a sports guy going on a pitch. What he's going to do, he's going to do some stretching, some warm up exercise, the same. What we're going to do here, we're going to talk more about that process in a separate warm up video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and GoDaddy and purchase a new domain. Our primary domain enablement.ch, that's already been taken, right? But what you want is a very, very similar one. So if you send an email, right, like at first glance, and they Google you or something like that, they find you. If they Google you, it looks basically it's coming from the same company. So you could use kind of like a new country code or something like that. So anything that they suggest, maybe directly from here, right? Like name.vip or .org.uk or .shop or something like that, or a slightly different version. So it could be enablementch.com or something like that. That obviously would work as well. Exactly. So let's see what we can find here. Maybe we go just for different country code or a different suffix. Let's say LTD, right? That is perfectly fine. So we're going to add that to the cart. And I'm already logged in. So what you want is, don't need that. So you can unclick that. You don't want any professional domain. Right, so then you basically can just purchase it right away, ready to pay. If you click that button, it will debit your credit card. Also, one note: you don't need full domain protection. You don't need email extensions. They're not worth getting. So I'm not going to get that because I have already plenty of burner domains. But just basically that's how it works. So once you've purchased those domains, you can go. Basically, go back here. You're going to your account and your products. So we ticked off basically step one, right? And now you want to link them. So it would be the yeah, kind of like, hey, are they connected, right? Like if you purchase a new domain, it's going to look slightly different. You just will have to manage the domains and set up the redirects, which is pretty simple to do. In case of any questions, please let me know. Happy to jump on a quick call then with you. But basically, what it should look like after you've connected everything, it should look like this. So you have the two boxes. You don't need the email here, and everything else is also not worth getting. Right, so here you set up then the redirects in here. Right there, forward domain and domain settings. That's basically where you do all these things. Now, second thing that we need to do is a workspace account. As said, the starter is going to be fully sufficient. Just gonna name that th 902 th. Just you. Doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna. Yes, I already have one, right? So this is the domain you've just purchased. Ch. This next. No, I don't need that. I don't need to dedicate my users, and then you basically create your email that you want to use, right? So it's going to be lenny.height, and then you select your passwords, etc. And then you can just agree. Then you can save that. Then you want to go on next. Yeah, you can obviously here change the currency, which I actually gonna do because the euro is actually 1-to-1. So save here 80 cents per month. Again, it doesn't really matter, but why not? So and then you're going to fill out these details. And yeah, basically once you've filled that out, you will be directed to the next page. You can basically continue your setup here. And yeah, I mean, if you're familiar with Google and the Google Console and the Google Workspace, well, this is basically how it reacts. So you want to verify your domain. So this will then direct you to GoDaddy.com. You want to log in here. So after your domain is verified, you will be guided to that screen. You will have two ticks here, and then you want to create new users. Exactly. So you basically already have that user. So if you want to use multiple emails or multiple accounts to send emails, we usually recommend, let's say, up to 5 per domain, not more. Then you obviously can now create those additional users if you want to send more volume, right? So up to 5 per domain. If you exceed 5, then get a new domain. So that's basically done now. Okay, here you have the overview. Then you basically, if you're familiar with the Google Workspace setup, you know how to navigate that. If you're not familiar with it, basically you don't really need to know much of the details here. In case of any questions, just reach out to us. The only thing then once the email is set up in the reply management, but that's also a topic for a separate video, how to then organize your inbox so you get all the replies in your main domain, right? So basically you don't have to manage multiple accounts. But that's a topic for another video. So the last thing that's left is set up Lemworm or create an account on Lemworm. We'll do a separate video on how to set it up within Lemworm, but here just a quick overview. So you want to go with the essential plan, or if you're already using Lemlist, well, basically then get the plan here, get the sales engagement plan here. If you basically plan to do outreach for the first time, I'd recommend you just go with the essential plan to start, warm up your domain. Once it's ready, upgrade to the sales engagement plan. So you want to get started now. and then you want to sign up and fill in the details, and then go next step, and then you want to verify your email. That's if you use your new email, then it will be sent there, obviously. So you can access that through the admin console, go through the 3 dots, and then to the Gmail. Exactly, that's my primary, so I have to add another account. So then you're in the normal Gmail kind of environment. You can, well, basically now you've verified your email, and you want to choose your plan. Recommend to go monthly. The essential plan is perfectly fine in the beginning, and then you enter your credit card details, and you can pay that now. Seconds. All right, so you have an active plan. Then you want to connect your email provider. However, for that, that's a topic for another separate video, because I want to also give you some context why we actually do this, etc. And this video is already 10 minutes long, so I want to keep it short here. And so that's on the configuration part, and or basically on the tool setup part, and now on the Lemon setup part. That's one for the following videos. So with that being said, see you in the next video, and until then, bye-bye.